if you're actually shopping for this car, figure it out yourself.
That's Daily Motor.
If you were like a SoundCloud rapper, you could really get something going with that. Ladies, gentlemen, whoa, that gets pretty loud. Some echoing there. That's a bit much.
Why are you continuing to do it?
Now we can really be DJs. We can. While you do the beeps and.
Oh wait. Hey everybody, it's Chris and Charlie here with Daily Motor, and today we are not driving the new Mercedes C300.
Well,
we're driving, well we did, and you should go and watch that video, but today we're driving the 2023 Honda Pilot Trailsport. Our colleagues, the Topher and Tedward, went out to the initial launch of this car back about a month ago, and I wasn't expecting us to get one as quickly as we did, so I'm pretty excited actually to get behind the wheel of this all-new Pilot. I didn't say Passport, did I?
No, you said
okay, Pilot. Yeah, it's the journalist color. It's journalist gray.
Yeah, when Chris asked me what car we were getting tomorrow, I just told him it's bluish gray, and he said, so it's a Honda.
Yes. Yeah. So.
Yeah. I quite like the headlight design.
Yeah, it's chunky.
Well, the Pilot has always been the definition of the chunkiest car on sale, and I actually had that thought driving in here this morning. Typically, when we give you guys these reviews, neither of us have driven the car, but I flew in from the Caribbean late last night, and this waited for me here in the snowy Michigan wilderness. And so it's a good car for that. And I already have some thoughts and opinions, which I'll share with you, but Chris will be able to give you the raw stuff. And admittedly, I haven't looked around it much. I simply got in and drove home.
Yeah, because you told me you didn't even notice it was a Trailsport until this morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're going to break our own rules today, and I'm going to drive first, but first we'll take a look around this thing.
Journalist spec, because black door handles.
That's right, and black trim and black Pilot badge and everything else back here.
We can tow things with this.
Man, what's towing capacity? Wow, that's a number.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, getting the V6 and everything, Pilot's always been good for that. That's a bit slow.
All right, that opens slowly. Oh, third row seats.
This is too high.
Nice. It smells like a Ford.
Yes. This is very high, and I only know that because we had to lift suitcases in here. And
would you like to attach a front plate bracket?
No.
Okay.
Those are the worst.
Put that under there too.
It looks like these come out.
Roll around, but just slightly less noticeably.
What do you think's under here? Probably the battery?
Question for you.
Oh?
Does this have a branded audio system?
I don't think so. I know. So we know it's going to be trash specs. Sorry, Lynn.
Sorry, Lynn.
I think you can get like a Pilot EXL or Limited or something like that. Touring. That might have the Bose.
Where? Oh.
That's pretty easy to do. It's good. But you have to reach way forward to get it. And, sometimes short people drive Pilots, and that might be
I say a lot of the time short people drive Pilots. Cool, so I'm recording, so that means you get to go into the third row seat, so I can show everybody.
Yeah,
if it can fit in the
big third row enthusiast, are you?
Huh?
You're not a big
I
third row
don't like
enthusiast.
third row seats. No, I don't.
I think like capless fuel
you know why?
What?
Because growing up, having to sit in third row seats, there's a sense of worthlessness when you have to sit back there.
You're an only child. When all did you have to go in the third row?
When I was with extended family, and I was always the youngest, and I always had to sit in the third row. So I no longer desire to do it.
Bad childhood memories.
Yeah. Childhood trauma from...
Yeah. Well, that's quite
That
simple.
Is quite nice.
Yeah,
I do like that.
It doesn't get much easier than that, does it? We do have some Trailsport floor mats, even in the third row, so your degenerate children won't get it dirty. When you're a Trailsport.
All right, let's shut him back here.
Well, wait, I'll just go into this one so that you can still see.
Oh, fair. Did you do that? Oh, yeah, there's a button there, too.
Yes. My mic has fallen out of my pocket. Let me mend this.
You actually look like you have a decent amount of room.
I actually do.
You have more room in this than in the Toyota Sequoia.
That's a bit embarrassing for Toyota's part.
Yes.
Yeah.
But your knees aren't in your face.
No, and they go down pretty low. I actually have a good
it is actually a good amount of room.
Yeah, and the recline is decent as well on the rake. I've got good headroom.
Yeah.
I can see the fine folks over there moving car parts and all. I even have a vent and a USB-A port and 2 cup holders, and those are on both sides. That's pretty good.
There are no labels on those speakers.
That's a bit disappointing. All right, let me move up. This seems to be a 6-seater. Oh no, look, Chris, look at this microscopic center seat.
Oh yeah.
How is anyone supposed to fit
That's
there?
for a child.
They solely did this so that they could say it's a 7-passenger vehicle.
Yes.
My hips are on both. Yeah, okay. Let's do this. Are you gonna join me in the second row?
Yes.
So this seat can slide back a bit more, which would limit the legroom back there a bit, but still not too bad. Big old center area here. This does seem a bit like wasted space. Like they could have a center console, but again, maybe the Touring does. Wow.
Armrests. Not
ratchet,
adjustable, no.
I do want to point something out. I was thinking about this on our way over here today. Yes, there are many videos on this car already out there on the internet, but we don't watch those beforehand so that we can give you unfiltered opinions.
That's what a lot of people, Porsche 911 enthusiasts don't understand that.
Yeah. Because they would rather us just regurgitate what everyone else has said.
That's right.
I don't know why people want that.
I don't either.
I would rather give you exactly what we think, and then we discuss with our colleagues, and if we're very off base, we'll make a change.
Yeah, plus there's a graphic that comes up that tells you all the numbers.
Well, yeah, but I'm also talking about just things like I don't know if maybe the Touring model gets you a thing here, but you could figure that out, because we're enabling you to go be, if you're actually shopping for this car, figure it out yourself.
That's Daily Motor.
Do it yourself.
Okay. Oh, this is big.
It is big. These feel nice too. They got little
nipples.
little nipples, inverted nipples. This is kind of a nice little accent there.
So do you only get a V6 with this car then?
I believe so. Yeah.
That's good. I like
Honda
that.
does that.
You know, we always say, no one offers you a V6 anymore. But honestly, most SUVs in this class will give you a V6. Well, because Kia will, Hyundai will, Honda will.
Yeah, but
Is
Ford won't.
Ford won't.
Chevy will.
Chevy will. Toyota won't.
No. Mazda won't.
Mazda
but
won't.
they're giving you an inline six.
Oh, but
now.
yeah. Yeah, that's going to be the ticket.
Yeah, who else makes cars? Oh, Chrysler probably still will. Chrysler will give you a
They don't
V8,
make. Oh, they will in the
Dodge.
Durango. They give you V8.
and
yeah.
then in the Jeeps as well.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So a lot of people
you can
still will.
get cylinders.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of things back here. A lot of stuff going on, but I
climate
like it.
control.
And we've talked about how we like the orange cross stitching on the Trailsport model.
There are so many cup holders.
Yeah. There's so
Wait,
many places
Is
to
this
put
not?
things.
Is this just fixed in place?
Yeah,
it's for feet. It's so your children can
Crawl
step
back
on
there?
it. Yeah. So where are the other cup holders back here?
They're just
They
here.
only give you 4. What if you
1,
each
2,
want to have
3.
free drinks?
There's 6, kind of. Oh, this isn't.
No,
much of a
that's not.
cup holder, is it? Oh, there's down there as well. There's a lot of places to put things, and the door handles feel nice as
Okay.
well. Chris is no longer listening to me. Hey, we should probably look at the motor in this car because it is the Honda V6.
Why did that take me so long to find that? Ugh.
Oh, no hood struts. That's a bit disappointing.
Okay.
There it is. Let's look at the tires too. This is the Trailsport. They're beefy.
Continental
Very beefy.
Terrain Contact AT.
A lot of siping. It looks like they would flex a bit and really dig into any bit of ice or snow.
Ooh. Trailsport branded wheels.
Those will be
That's
worth a
pretty
lot.
neat. That's very neat.
Also, can we point out, Honda's done quite a good job at putting their sensors into the badge.
Yes, they have. They have. A lot of brands still struggle with this, and it throws off the whole look of the front end of the vehicle. And
Yeah, this is done quite well.
this is good.
All right,
Thanks,
now
Honda.
you can get in this.
Okay, so I'm going to drive first because I have never driven the new Pilot. I don't think I've ever driven a Pilot at all.
Oh.
You know what else? I've never driven a CR-V. Well, in the Honda parking lot I have, but not out on the road.
CR-Vs are pretty good.
That is the loudest thing I've ever heard.
Of course, Charlie Speck going here. I'll fix that for you.
Why is that so loud? Why is the chime so loud? It's still echoing. Do you hear that? Oh boy. Okay. It doesn't help when I've been driving a Mercedes all week.
Yeah, you do need a bit of the Accord.
I need a palate cleanse, yeah. Yeah, we should buy an Accord. Can we buy an Accord and write it off on our taxes as a palate cleanser? And then get the license plate that says ginger?
No one would understand that. Hey, look at that. It's got a little child looker. Hello, kids.
How do you get
For
it
sunglasses. You just do that.
Oh, I see.
You enjoying yourself?
How do we open this thing? Oh, right here. That opens. That's about average speed opening.
Yeah.
Good enough.
This is quite large.
Oh,
For
that's good.
modern cars.
No, that's good.
I
You
don't know
can
what the
pull the
point of this
liner
is,
out
though.
and hose it down too.
Yeah. This shouldn't be piano black though, because it will be scratched by bracelets. Things.
Bracelets. Oh, does this go meow, 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 meow? Yes, it does. Wow, there are a lot of drive modes. Sport, normal, eco, snow, trail, sand, and tow.
If you were like a SoundCloud rapper, you could really get something going on that. We should make the Honda dubstep. No, dubstep's not in any house. The Honda house beat.
Yeah, right.
We really need something like that.
USB-A and USB-C.
But only this one for data. This is power only.
Okay.
Well, it's important because
No, you're right. You're right.
'Cause some brands will give you both.
Oh, this is like very much
It-
non-changed infotainment. That's
And
okay though. I don't
this
mind
is
this
interesting.
infotainment.
Bring up the navigation. You can't because
It doesn't
there
have
isn't.
navigation. Well, I mean, everybody just uses Apple CarPlay.
Sure.
So I don't blame them for not giving this navigation.
Right. Boy, that is a terrifying. Did you see the front end of that
Yeah.
Equinox?
Yeah, let's get out of here. Will the parking brake go off? Yes, it will. Ooh, light steering.
I'm glad you noticed that right away because that was as soon as I felt that I was like, Chris is
Oh,
gonna
okay.
appreciate
No,
this.
I'm okay with this car. Only the best way to win my heart is give me light steering. Unless it's a sporty car, then I don't want light steering. But if it's not a sporty car, then I want the steering to be like this. Like this is super light.
Yeah, it's pretty quick too.
Yeah, it is.
Hondas don't usually.
It's got
have
paddle shifters.
windows.
That's nice.
This one's
It's got lane keep assist.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Oh, hold
it's
on.
the new high.
This is a Trailsport. We got it. Okay, yeah, not bad. I'm gonna have the darkest red mark on my forehead.
Mine was so bad after mountains, after being up at the off-road park, that I had a mark for the next day, and it was sore.
Oh, really?
I mean, it hurt.
Yeah. Okay. So, V6, and it should have VTEC. Does it not have VTEC? No, it should have VTEC. Well, let's find out.
Be the first one without VTEC, so don't say.
Oh yeah, I don't hear any VTEC. Well,
Plus, no one actually buying a Pilot will know what VTEC is, so it's not even worth mentioning.
okay. I'm gonna leave that in.
Okay. What's this button do?
Cameras.
Wow, that's a very high refresh rate for that camera. Displayed at low speed.
Smooth gearbox. Throttle response is nice. Let's try sport. And also sport transmission, and also manual. Where's
Three
my
things I have not done yet. Ooh, it gets louder in sport. Hondas do like doing that. Piped in noise.
Yeah.
But piped in for the V6 doesn't sound as bad as piped in for the little 1.5 liter. A little bolstering on the seat. Isn't it cool having a motor you can rev out?
Yeah.
What's that going up to? Like 68?
65.
Okay.
6,500. Ride seems nice. Steering wheel's nice and thin, which I know you like.
Yes, I like the feel of the wheel in general. There's one thing about the driving that I haven't cared for, and I don't know if you'll pick up on it during this initial drive, but I think you'll pick up on it after you've spent a few days with it.
Brakes feel okay. Maybe. I don't know.
I am going to look up the price of this car.
Is there no Monroney?
No. I'm concerned
Does it have a... No, it doesn't.
that it will be too much.
Mm.
Given the competition, this shouldn't cost more than $50. And given what's in here, no cooled seats, no Bose sound system, everything like that.
It's very Honda-y still. Even though it's brand new, it does still feel very classic Honda.
Yeah. But there's a decent chance that it will be over $50,000. That's unfortunate.
It's decently athletic. Oh dear. How much is it?
So close, Honda. So close.
52.
$50,150.
Oh no. Yeah, that's a lot.
They could have just made it slightly lower, and I would have been. I mean, still, that's honestly better than I expected. I expected it to be more than that, but it's the paint. It's the paint that costs $455.
Well, if you're not a journalist, though, you can pay less than $50,000.
Because you don't have to have this color.
Yeah. All right, rough ride section and bump. See how she does.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, not bad.
Taking the higher speed bumps well. It has one of your favorite features, hill descent control. Yeah, very necessary.
Yes.
Do you like where the heated steering wheel button is placed? I know you're paying attention here for a moment.
Okay. Okay, brace. Ooh, very cozy. Yeah. To answer your question, I like that it's on the steering wheel, but it looks strange right there.
Yeah,
it's very BMW of them to put it right there, because that's where they put theirs. But
oh, it's got cabin talk.
as you can yell at your children.
Yes. Speak to. Hello, kids, children, ladies, gentlemen. Whoa, that gets pretty loud. Some echoing there. That's a bit much.
Why are you continuing to do it?
Now we can really be DJs. We can. While you do the beeps and.
Oh wait.
Wow. We shouldn't be allowed to be on the internet.
Please. Oh.
I wanted you to get a little bit more.
Why
of
is it
that,
so?
Palestine, Ohio. There, East
Oh, thank you.
Palestine.
Well, no, that's over there in the snow pile.
Yeah, it's all falling over here. Okay. I love Honda's shifter.
Of course you do.
This frees up so much space. If there were a big thing here, which actually, interestingly enough, I believe the CR-V has a thing.
A shifter, yeah, it does.
This, if that were if there, I wouldn't be able to reach in here as easily. With this, I can just so much space. And look how large these cup holders are. Very good.
Yeah, those will fit your big gulps for sure.
Honda Pilot owners don't get big gulps. They get 32 ounces of water bottles. They get like the big Life Waters.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the big cylinders.
Yeah.
That's what they get.
Well, that would fit those too.
Yeah. Nice straightforward seat controls that do have a kind of, how do you, like a teeter-totter?
I don't have a height
or
adjustment on this side.
Really?
It's kind of unfortunate.
Okay. So here's the thing that I didn't care for right away, and then also this morning with the driving of this car, is the throttle tuning is strange. It's not very linear, and it kind of feels all over the place.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my only complaint so far. I don't think it's the 10-speed's fault. I think there's just something in the programming of the throttle tuning. I was driving around and I thought it was in eco mode. Actually, I do have another legitimate complaint though. I got in this car last night, and whether it's because not a single human has driven this car at night yet, or it's because someone is an idiot, but it was in bright gauge mode even at night.
Yeah.
There's no scroller anymore over here. You know how most new Hondas have the little scroller? That's the world's easiest way to adjust your lights.
Yeah, you have to hit that.
Yeah, well, that's just for the screen.
Yeah, you can adjust brightness with that.
But that's just the screen brightness. That's not the gauge
cluster. Oh, not the cluster. I see.
The cluster, you have to hit the home button and scroll up on the screen to get the brightness.
Oh, that's very irritating.
It is. Why do they have to bury that stuff in the screen? There's a blank spot right here. They simply wanted to save 3 cents per car that they produce by not having that nice little scroller thing.
Yeah, that is unfortunate.
Also, it's unfortunate that I can't take our off-road section.
Oh
because it's
no.
being blocked
Oh
by
no,
a
the
ramp.
off-road section's blocked.
Although we could go the other way.
You could have gone around him.
Yeah, he seems to be doing some surveying.
Yeah, they like surveying.
Well, I'll leave the pilot clean for the Whiny Road video, and then
Oh, good.
and then we can get
My
it dirty
forehead,
later.
my forehead is thanking you. It's about to
Your memory card is as
implode.
well.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
See, like right there, I don't know if you noticed. but
Yeah,
like,
it's a little
kinda
jerky.
low.
Yeah. Not as bad as the Traverse though,
No, Traverse is
because the Traverse would just send you flying in reverse.
Yeah, brake feels great. Very progressive.
Yeah.
Confident. Over boosted the way a car like this should be. Steering's over boosted, again, as it should be. I will say there could be some people coming out of early to mid 2000s pilots that don't like that this one feels a bit more car-like. Which is fine, because that's how the previous gen Pilot was as well. It was very much
Yeah,
just a
but like
minivan.
the boxy Pilot.
Yeah, this doesn't have quite as much of that chunkiness to it.
Yeah.
But I do appreciate the straightforwardness of it.
Use that V6.
Yeah, baby. Well, this escape goes across all three lanes.
We need a compilation. Someone make a compilation of Charlie doing this. And that. Well, we will be spending the week with the 2023 Honda Pilot Trailsport.
Yeah.
Charlie will be spending a couple days somewhere. I don't where. What state are you going to? Probably California.
California.
Yeah.
Driving this car, but for people with insecurities. The Hummer.
And with no desire to add petrol.
Yes.
Yeah. So, we'll be spending the week. Charlie will only be spending a couple days with it, but I'll make sure to be nice and thorough on the outro.
It does have a heated windshield, interestingly enough.
Does it?
According to this button, it does.
Oh.
I can't see
I don't
any of
see any of the marks.
Yeah, which is impressive. That happened to me earlier, too.
Was that the bump stops?
I think so. I think it was like the opposite of the bump stops. I think the shocks were topping out. You know what I mean?
Strange.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right,
You
well.
gonna cut the video now?
Yep, drive on.
Drive on.
Wrapping up our week with the 2023 Honda Pilot. And, well, Charlie ended up spending pretty much his entire week with the Pilot, but he probably won't be able to tell you much about it today because he is mute. Charlie.
A little bit. Voice is a little bit still checked out.
Yeah,
This weekend, so
he
it'll
lost
be
that up in Harbor Springs, where he
cool
should have
out into
been
the mic here.
with the BMW X7, but it decided to have a nail in its tire.
Yeah.
So he drove like 700 miles. No, not that
Yeah.
much. How many miles
About
is it?
600 miles or so just on the trip, but I also drove it to Quick Park and back, to the airport and back
That's right.
twice.
So Charlie put 700 miles on the Honda Pilot. I put about 50 miles on the Pilot.
50
so.
exciting miles.
I know, yeah. So we'll go out and I'll talk about my 50 miles, and Charlie will stare at me from the passenger seat. It is snowing today, as you can see.
I do want to point out before we get going,
Yeah.
this new Pilot features an auto lock functionality.
Yes,
and
it does.
Honda's done it very well.
Yes.
Because this is what happens, and maybe we can show you. At
Yeah,
the
let's
end of
just
some
show it.
video.
Well, why don't we just show it right
Oh,
now?
all right. So, say Chris were to, he's getting out of his car. First you hear that beep. That's letting you know that the auto lock is engaged, and it beeps a second time to let you know that it's happened.
That's right.
I like that it beeps, not honks. It's good.
Yes.
And it's a loud enough beep to hear it, but not so loud that it's obnoxious. And I like the 2 times that it
Yeah.
confirms.
Yeah, that's true.
Honda's done that well.
Yeah, okay. Let's get out of the Arctic into the...
My
Pilot.
rub with this car is that it's not everything Honda's done, they've done well. It's the things that Honda hasn't done that I'm disappointed by.
Also, the chime is the loudest thing I've ever heard.
It's quite loud.
It's very loud.
But the blinker's not very loud.
No,
Blinker's
it's quite
nice.
quiet, yeah.
This seat doesn't go up or down.
Yeah, so this being a $50,000 SUV, if you sat me down in this and let me live with it for a week, I don't think I would guess that it was $50,000. It's a nice SUV, and it does still feel very Honda-y in the way that you've got that good V6. Everything in here feels very well put together. I have no complaints on, build quality or anything like that, but the infotainment leaves kind of some to be desired. It's not bad. It's just not like it just doesn't do anything for me. Like, I'm not.
Yeah, you compare this to the screen in the Telluride, and you're like,
Yeah, right. I like the push-button shifter. The steering feel is fantastic. I love the light steering. The ride is quite good.
Yes.
So it does everything that you need it to do. But Hondas have been getting so expensive.
Here's the thing. Oh, it looks like our buddy Brandon is getting a fun delivery on a perfect day for that. We like, and by we I mean you and me,
Yeah.
like the Honda Passport Trailsport. We've
Yes.
driven that in every sort of driving situation known to man, and we like it at all.
I've put so many miles on those Passports.
I don't think the Trailsport version makes as much sense in the Pilot. Because
agree.
that's why it costs so much.
Yeah.
You could get a normal Spectrum, whatever is the same priced trim as this, but the non-Trailsport version gets you many more features. It gets you the Bose sound system, which would help a bunch. I think it gets you cooled seats. I'm not totally sure, but it gets you a good amount more features, and I bet it'd be quieter and get better fuel economy.
Yeah, well, the Elite trim gets you Bose.
Right.
I believe. Leather seat. Well, this has leather seats, but...
Yeah. Leatherette.
Leatherette. This is also a non-VTEC V6, which is okay. It still gets the job done. It's got plenty of power. But you do get a bit more character with the Passport V6. I get a bit of road noise from these tires, but nothing offensive. It's just about what you'd expect for a Trailsport trim Honda.
Well, but therein again, I mean, if I'm driving a Pilot, I don't want to hear the tires.
I know. I'm just saying for what it is. But I agree with you.
There are...
Yes.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Oh, but he's gone wide. That's okay.
There are no useful cup holders in the back. I
So
had 4 adults in this.
I was going to say,
there's no place for them to put their drinks.
If your voice has the strength, how did your rear seat passengers feel?
Overall, they liked the car. They had their own climate control, which is nice. I mean, we had all 3 different climate zones going at different temperatures at one time, so that was good. That being said, the fan noise is too loud in this car, because I'm a firm believer that in any car, you shouldn't be able to hear the fan on level 1.
Yeah.
And this has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different fan speeds. Why do you need to hear it on fan 1?
That's fair.
But anyway, that part worked well. They were comfortable back there. They had their armrests. Like I said, they just had no places to put drinks. And even in the front, these cup holders are huge, which is good. But if you have a smaller water bottle, there's no good place to put them because this is too loose. Yeah. And these, it rattles around in as well because there's no hugging ability. So if you were someone like you like to drink your San Pellegrinos, there would be no safe place to put one of those in this car.
That's fair.
Fuel economy was meh. We got about 20 miles per gallon doing the 600 miles or so with 3 people here. What else?
What's the temperature? It's 32, so it is freezing.
The rubberized floor mats in this Trailsport version are good because, as you can see, if Chris is able to look down at any point, we've got them quite dirty in all 4 seats.
Good amount of grip through here still.
Here's the thing with this car. As Chris continues to nail the V6.
Yeah, well, I should have just gone past this person, but I thought they were going to hustle.
Everything about this car is done pretty well. That being said, this is a brand new version of the Pilot.
Yeah.
And if it's not leaps and bounds ahead of the competition now, it's not going to even be relevant in 3 years.
Right.
The biggest problem with this car is the Kia Telluride. Because I would have the Telluride. I'm sorry, Honda. That's not saying anything bad about this car.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, nothing in here. I spent probably 13 hours in this car, and nothing about it was inspiring to me. Yeah. But don't get me wrong, I know a lot of people buy Pilots because they plan on just owning them and having them as an appliance for 15 years.
Yeah.
There's nothing about this car that leads me to believe it won't also last 15 years. And it's super inoffensive to drive. Yeah. But if you're asking me what's exciting in this marketplace, I'm not going to tell you the Pilot.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
And I suppose for the small subset of buyers who may need to buy a 3-row crossover and also take it down dirty, muddy 2-track roads regularly, the Trailsport might be a good option for you. But I don't think the Trailsport version is worth the setbacks the way that it is in the Passport. The Passport feels more fitting for the Trailsport moniker.
And that's the new Honda Pilot. Trailsport. Do you want to drive?
Yeah, I'll drive.
Did we get a thumbnail?
I got a good one up north.
Okay. Just send it to me.
The seats do fold quite flat in the third row, so that's good.
Yeah.
There's some
Oh, here's the
storage.
anyone wants to see the floor mats, there you go.
Let's look in the back as well. So you see how it nicely collects all that?
It does, yeah. They're like factory WeatherTechs.
Yeah. I think it looks quite good.
This is journalist spec, this one.
Very.
Yeah.
Got a little cocaine habit here.
Thank you for letting my side get snowy. Okay. What else? What does this do? Oh, it's how you get to your parking cameras. That's a cool spot for that.
I agree.
You can cycle through.
Hear how the fans do.
No.
It's because you have your headphones.
Oh, okay.
The biggest
You have a
problem with this
thought?
car, and it's a very, very journalist's complaint, CarPlay was intermittently not working.
Oh no.
Now I will point out there's a slight possibility it's our cable, but it wasn't.
I
one of
never
those-
had a problem with it.
Right, I've never had a problem with this cable either, and I could move around the cable every which way, plug it, unplug it, and it wouldn't fix it. It wasn't like a thing where the phone moved and it stopped working.
Right.
It would just, we'd literally be listening to music or using the app, and all of a sudden it would just drop out, and there'd just be no CarPlay. It would say unable to communicate with Charlie's.
Good.
And then randomly it would come back. So that was very frustrating.
Okay. It's very Subaru of them.
This is a decent place to put your phone, although it gets very hot. Didn't use the wireless device charging because I had it plugged in.
Okay.
Never used the drive mode once.
Yeah, I didn't either.
There's a lot of them in this car.
There's like 8 drive modes.
2, 3,
7.
7!
It's too many because I think I might have said this in the intro, but Alyssa has never once used a drive mode in the Maverick.
No.
It has this heated windshield thing.
Yeah.
I had it on and it didn't really seem to be doing much when it was genuine. The windshield was icy.
Strange to me because I don't really see any.
No.
I don't see any lines in the windshield that would tell me that it's heated, anyways. So.
It's probably one of those things where we as journalists should have learned how it worked beforehand, and someone in the comments would yell at us
Yeah.
for being ill.
You guys should have done your research.
Also, the no camera rearview mirror is a bit of a misstep in this class at this point.
Yeah, definitely.
I like the shifter though. Everything about just how you use this car is very good. The heated steering wheel is just right here.
Everything's in reach. Yeah.
Yeah, very straightforward. It's an approachable car, and the first time I drove this was coming in at some odd time.
1 a.m.
Well, no, the first time was 11:30 with Alyssa at the airport.
Oh, you were an airport enthusiast this week.
Yeah.
And you're going to be also this week.
Yeah.
And then
And
also
next
the week after, and then the week after that as well. Yeah.
And-
Charlie wonders why he has no voice.
Right. And it was nice how getting in this car, the first thing at night, never driven a new Pilot, and everything was very understandable where everything should be. They've gotten the ergonomics really well done in this car.
Yeah.
Stability is good.
Little cubby right here, which is grippy.
The A-pillars are a bit thick though. There was a point in which I was about to pull out somewhere and there was a car hiding in that pillar.
Ah.
Because this whole chunk is thick.
Yeah, it is thick.
Another complaint.
That's for if you flip it.
Another complaint.
Yeah.
The blind spot monitoring beeps at you if it thinks there's still a car in your way, but it's too conservative. Because as we know, say you're getting around a car on a 2-lane highway,
Yeah.
you want to put your blinker on before you actually start your merge.
Yes.
And if there's a car behind you, you want to let them know, hey, I get it, I'm about to get over.
Yeah.
But if you turn it on, then it...
Yeah. The Kias do that too. Yeah, and Mazdas also do that.
I like our Maverick where you can have, and I couldn't find a setting for this in this car. I recognize maybe some other cars like the Kias you can.
Yeah.
But in the Maverick, you can turn off the audible part of the blind spot monitor, but still leave visual.
Oh, where it blinks at you?
Yeah. So if you were to try to turn it, blinks, but it doesn't annoy all your
It doesn't.
passengers.
Yeah, it doesn't bother
This
you.
got to the point where Alyssa said, "Why is it doing that?" So I said, "Because it's too
Yeah.
conservative."
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, we're a bit less entertaining this week, folks. If you want more entertainment factor, check the link in the description for our Kia Telluride.
That's right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I guess it was a good thing that I chose this car to be an airport enthusiast with this week.
Yeah.
Because it's a Pilot.
Ah, that's a good one, actually. Yeah.
Give you something to start the video with.
Thank you.
Did you notice that the throttle is a bit
Yeah.
inconsistent?
Well, these big SUVs are always like that. Maybe it's to give the moms some excitement in their life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was one point where I pulled away from a light and Alyssa thought I was flooring it. I said, no, it was about 1/8 of throttle because it
Yeah.
just really jumped away.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the thing. I can't remember if I mentioned this at the beginning or not.
Okay.
The previous gen Honda large vehicles did without an analog speedometer.
Yes.
These have brought it back. Why? This is just wasted space. Never do you ever use this.
Yeah.
You only use the digital.
Yeah. Maybe it's for if it breaks, but it's a Honda, so it won't break.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I liked how in the Ridgeline, the old Pilot, everything, there's a giant digital speedo right at the top.
Chip shortage?
A chip shortage on not having a large digital speedo, so they had to make a digital analog.
Yes.
Or maybe that's even, that one's not even digital. That's a real gauge. But the left one is a fake gauge.
Yeah.
It's just a little strange. Oh, and you towed a bit with this.
Yeah, we did a small amount of towing. I was gonna shoot a little something on that, but we didn't actually end up completing the towing, so there was no real point in actually showing it. The one thing that was a little bit frustrating actually about the towing is that we couldn't find the plug to plug in the trailer lights.
Oh, Keone is the plug.
He was driving, so it didn't reach up to the driver's seat to plug into him. So anyways, well, that's going to wrap up our thoughts on the 2023 Honda Pilot. Pretty good thing.
The tires look. They look.
It does, yeah, no, it does look proper, and it is a great appliance. If you want to buy this car and just drive the heck out of it for 20 years, it'll still be a great option. They haven't messed with anything in the way of its Honda-ness. I would not doubt this car at all to be super reliable for many, many years to come. So if you want this as a Honda, it's still a great Honda, but if you want it as a new, technologically advanced, crazy to drive SUV, it really still isn't that.
Yeah, I'll echo those sentiments. And to please the Honda folk who are still watching at this point and haven't commented angrily yet, before you hit the submit button, if you want to own a car over 100,000 miles, get this.
Yeah.
If you're going to own it for less than 100,000 miles, get the Kia.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we're Chris and Charlie, or excuse me, we're, no, we're still Chris and Charlie from Daily Motor.
This isn't a very Paris.
No, it's not. No. We're Chris and Charlie from Daily Motor, and as always, pile it on.